Hey guys, welcome to 6IOD, round 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're not talking about motorbikes so much. We're going to be talking about the Stanley Cup final and what happened in round 2. Man, what a great round 2. Okay guys, there was literally 3 out of the 4 series went into Game 7, and we had a big chance of the other one going for a Game 7 as well. It went to Game 6. So you couldn't ask for better hockey, guys, except for watching the Rangers and Penguins, which was brutal playoff hockey, which was absolute. How you got that much time and space to move a puck, and you have that lack of intensity, and you somehow made it past the first round of the Stanley Cup finals is beyond me. That was the lemon series of all of them. Rangers are going to be sorely unprepared if they think that they can win the same series by going into Montreal that way. Now, it could be because Pittsburgh's intensity dragged them down. Like a lot of times when you're playing hockey, you rise to the intensity of the other team, and Pittsburgh had none until the final 10 minutes when they're going to get eliminated. They had no intensity. Hang your head low, Pittsburgh Penguins. That was bad. That was bad. You have all the talent in the world. The only reason you were in that series was because you had talent that could put the puck in the net. Every opportunity you got, you were able to do it. And then when Lundqvist closed the door, it was too late, guys. Bye-bye, out of the rounds. So there we got that one. Montreal-Boston on that side. Wow, bang up. Fast, hard hitting. Who would have thought that Montreal would hang in there for the hits? Who would have thought that Montreal would come from behind? And who would have thought that Montreal held the lead for almost the whole series? But you know, it was a lot closer than those kind of stats, guys. Like Boston was out shooting them every game except for one. And but it was the tenacity of Montreal, like checking, not giving Boston a minute of breathing room, not getting sucked into the big physical game. They finished their hits, they played tough, but they didn't mix into it after the whistle, and a lot of times the refs threw away the whistles, and I told you guys if they did that, Montreal was sunk because they're way smaller. They impressed me, and of course you guys know that Montreal's my favorite team, so how could I not be proud of those guys for making it into the conference final? Let's go to the other side. We got LA and Anaheim. LA and Anaheim was another banger series, guys. That was an awesome series. Again, it was LA dictating the play for most of the time, and I almost thought they were going to lose it. Of course, picked LA to win the cup this year. So if you've been watching, you already know that. But wow. Right down to Game 7, and then they finally came through in Game 7, but they were out shooting, and it almost seemed like the rookie goaltender that Gibbons was out doing Quick, and who would have thought that? You know, that's one of the weaknesses I said about LA, is they got no goaltending and they got very marginal defense on the back end. I didn't think they'd do as well as they did, but the Ducks proved me wrong a little bit. I might have said LA there before, but I'm talking about the Ducks here. Ducks with no defense, no goalie, great gifted Getzlaf and Perry, and that's what I thought they had going for them, and a good strong second line, strong big bodies. They did better than I thought, but LA, they got that winning attitude, guys. Watch out. Conference final, Chicago better be awake. We go Chicago, Minnesota. How many of you guys thought that Minnesota would play Chicago that tough, hey? They got a great future there, guys. Minnesota's got a great future. Don't hang your head low. Come back next year and prove us all wrong again. But they're definitely going to need to sort out a little bit of goaltending. Although Brizgalov did great. I said that at the start of the series. He might win some for you, and he did. He was in there all the time. But let's face it, Crawford was outstanding. Brizgalov didn't stand a chance when Crawford got in that back net, because let's face it, Minnesota outplayed Chicago for a lot of that series. So, you know, what can you say? They worked hard, they played great, they buried their chances even, but Chicago just has that little bit extra of those guys that can finish and have that Stanley Cup experience. They make it through the next round. So that sets up your Eastern Conference final. We're going to go Montreal and the New York Rangers. I'm going to pick Montreal Canadiens, and this is about, after last series, you know, I was picking them because they were my favorite team. So I win on that one. I went 3 for 4 this one. The only one I didn't predict was Pittsburgh New York Rangers, and that's because I honestly thought Pittsburgh would wake up a little bit, and that's all they had to do to beat New York was just wake up a little bit. So they blew my perfect record for the second round, guys. So I'm going to pick Montreal on the Eastern Conference. On the Western Conference, you all know I'm picking LA. I just think they've got that tough experience. They went to the Eastern Conference final last year and lost to Chicago in 7. I just think putting in Gabrick and tightening up the team a little bit, I think they've got a good chance to win. Crawford and Quick. That's what this series is going to come down to, in my opinion. Both are going to work hard. If Chicago played a little bit like they did last time, which I thought was lackadaisical against Minnesota, they're going to lose this series flat out. No question in my mind. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think that was more a case of not being prepared for Minnesota. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you like what you see. And if you're not into subscribing, or you don't have your own YouTube channel, and you're just surfing, like and share. That would be awesome as well. I'd like to get out there and meet some people. And the best thing at all for these Stanley Cup finals, comment below. Tell me who you think should win. Tell me who you think if I'm smoking something by picking the teams I did. Anyway, guys, this is 6IOD. Bye-bye.